On the 3rd of November 2014, an article appeared in a newspaper. An airport had panicked. The security guards were alerted as airport monitors went crazy. They flashed on and off as Michael Tellinger's suitcase went through the security scanners. Mr. Tellinger was immediately surrounded by security guards, and they made him open his suitcase. But there was only one cone-shaped stone in the suitcase from an excavation of some old ruins in South Africa. Cones have similar properties to pyramids when produced in the right proportions. Michael Tellinger is a researcher, writer, and scientist. He has been researching the origins of mankind and the laws of nature for 30 years. He has studied the understanding of genetics, the true role of our DNA, and our physical and mental presence on Earth. In 2007, he began to investigate a newly found archaeological site in South Africa, proving that there was an ancient lost civilization using an unknown and far superior source of energy. Tellinger's research led to the realization that there is a strong connection between this area and the Anunnaki. The story began in 1400 when a Portuguese explorer discovered the Cape of Good Hope in the Indian Ocean. When he arrived there, he found the so-called Makumaki. These tribes worshipped the sun and lived in the ruins, but said they had not built them because they had been there before their ancestors arrived. When the Portuguese arrived in Zimbabwe, they found stones with strange inscriptions. However, the experts could not decipher them. Supposedly, this writing was not known in South Africa. The City of Ruins is not as massive a development as the pyramids. They consist of small stones which weigh between 10 kilos and 1 to 2 tons, but the impressive thing is that the number of ruins contradicts any logic. So many remains show that there were many buildings and a large number of people were needed to build them. In no other place in the world were there more than 10 million stone structures found on 241,000 square kilometers. In addition, agricultural terraces and old roads were found which were all connected to each other. It was an ancient civilization that knew how to use free energy extracted from the earth. This area is full of gold mines, and it is estimated that more than 50 million people work there. There are stone circles in Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Mozambique, and there may be many more still to be discovered. There are millions of circular buildings, and for Michael Tellinger, this is a physical proof of the Anunnaki's presence on Earth. In the Sumerian tablets, this place is mentioned as an important center of the Apsu, and was located in the southeast of Africa 400,000 years ago. According to these tablets, gold was mined for the gods here in this place. The translation tells us that the Anunnakis, with Enki as their leader, changed our genetics so that we could work for them as slaves in the mines. There are many gold mines in South Africa that are extremely old, but the incredible thing is that the African stories coincide with the Sumerian tablets. They also tell about the gods that came from heaven. In African mythology, there are more than 600 stories about gods who created people to mine for gold. In the tablets, it is said that Enki brought a tailor to Earth who could cut the ground and make holes to reach the gold veins deep underground. They found technologies we don't understand. There are more than 75,000 mines. About 11,500 years ago, something happened that destroyed the civilization. Perhaps it was a great catastrophe, like the Great Flood that affected all ancient cultures. In 1800, the mines were discovered, and it was revealed that they were connected by underground passages. They found unfamiliar tools, which were, of course, confiscated. In 1900, they found a large diamond mine at a depth of 61 kilometers. It was cut with such precision that they became scared. They didn't know how this could have been done. It looked as if they had used something similar to laser technology. In 1988, John Kelly suggested that they must have used sonic energy. With this, they could drill holes and make gigantic blocks. According to Nikola Tesla, the Earth sounds like a bell. If you know how to be in tune with the frequency of the Earth, you can use the sonic energy wherever you are as an energy source. There are passages connecting all of the stone circles. There are millions of circles and each one is unique. The stones sound like a bell. Michael Tellinger claims that there are gold mines everywhere. He recounts that one day while drinking beer, he met the head of the geology department of Anglo-America and told him that they were continuously finding old mines. However, he was instructed to abandon them and send the information about their location in a closed envelope to a specific person. They also found human bones in a mine, but they buried them to avoid problems. This ancient civilization understood the laws of nature to use a sacred geometry and flow of the earth. The African shamans called them sacred stones, and hundreds of thousands of these stones are scattered throughout Africa. There are stones with holes shaped like hourglasses. In aerial photos, the stone circles look like huge flowers made of stones. The stones are on top of each other, and we know they conduct electricity. Most circles consist of a special stone called quartzite, which contains large amounts of aluminum and has acoustic properties. When touched, it sounds like a bell, and because it contains silicon oxide, it has the same properties as crystals. The electromagnetic waves that emanate from these circles are horizontal and vertical, which means that the waves are between 500 and 600 megahertz. In some circles, the energy from the ground rises vertically into the sky. The same happens in the pyramids. In the year 2003, the Adams calendar, also called Enki calendar, was rediscovered by chance. It is a real calendar showing the solstice, the equinox, and the movements of the sun. There are two central calendars. Outside the calendar there's a temperature of 9.5 degrees Celsius and inside 77 degrees. The central stone has a temperature of more than 80 degrees. Many say that it's an active energy portal. The measurements of the sound frequency range shows more than 375 gigahertz. This all shows that in the past there were far advanced ancient cultures with a more sophisticated and competent free energy technology. There is no doubt that this large complex was a very important city for the Anunnaki. They hide evidence and don't want us to know everything, maybe because they're still with us and controlling our lives. It's obvious that the Anunnaki never left.